Hi, Ernie.
Hey, hi Bob, how you doing?
I'm doing really good. Ernie Laszlo, you're a gold miner.
You know, that's what they tell me. I'm out there looking for gold almost every day.
Every day?
And have been for the past 40-some years now, Bob.
40-some years.
40-some years.
Well, we were talking about that earlier, too. But I learned a lot about the Mother Lode recently, reading and talking to people. And maybe you could tell me a little bit about gold and where you find it in Mariposa.
Well, one of the first things you need to do is you do research. You look to where the old gold miners were and how much gold they found, how much is recorded in those spots. And you go back to those spots because the old timers lost about 40 to 60% of the gold that they had in their pan. They processed, went back into the stream beds, back into the tailing piles. There's miners out there with metal detectors that are going through old tailing piles and recovering some of the gold that the old timers lost. They just did not have the electronic equipment that we have today.
Well, what I was heard about was placer gold, how it developed, how it came off of the lodes, the main Mother Lode, and how people are working the ground around these old gold deposits, intercepting that gold before it gets into the stream. And how it got into those streams involved processes that took millions of years.
Yes, the mountains here used to be a mile higher than what they are today.
5,000 feet of erosion. And that's a lot of gold in those creeks.
Yep. So all the sand and gravel that's traveled with them, but the gold still being heavier than all the rest of that material. The gold has stayed in pockets along the riverbeds, and the lighter weight material has flown downstream, down from Saxon Creek, Sherlock Creek, and down into the Merced River. Merced River to the San Joaquin out into the bay. All the lighter weight material. So a lot of the gold, the heavier stuff, has sunk down to the bottom of the stream beds.
Did you ever
pockets.
Mine any lode gold?
Old gold?
Lode.
In
the hard rocks.
I've worked in and around a couple of mines in the area. I worked at the Colorado quartz mine for a while. Only a couple of months. I don't like hard rock mining. You're not out, and it's not what I came to find. You know, I like finding gold in the stream bed, out in the open air, where the sun beating down on you. You have the coolness of the water. And I've been fairly successful at it. Made a living at it. Not a real great living at it, but still a living at it.
You were telling me that you found your first adventure in the Feather River?
On the Feather River, yeah.
And how many ounces?
42 ounces in 3 months. Or this was working with the gentleman who I worked with the first year. He had a 6-inch dredge, I had a 5-inch dredge, and he taught me a lot. But the Feather River was awfully cold. We worked in a place called Rich Bar, and it has a heck of a history to it. The whole town around
So
that.
tell me, Ernie, do you think any of these old gold mines are going to open up again because the price of gold is skyrocketed?
Well, if it weren't for the bureaucratic government that we have trying to hold down any mining activities, they've even squashed us small miners from being able to use any type of equipment. The EPA has put so many restrictions on our mining activities. It's just unbelievable. It makes it very, very difficult for a small-time miner such as myself to get out there and make a decent living at it.
What about the environment?
Most miners that I know there's a lot of dirty miners who don't care, but the miners that I know are very, very conservative. That the government says, well, we're destroying the fish when we use a dredge. When I've dug holes in the riverbed, fish swarm to those holes for the coolness of the water. They're able to eat feed that comes off the sandbars, and as we stir up the gravels, the fish eat very well. And so I've recovered over a gallon of mercury out of the river. And
What do you do with it?
oh, I have it saved just in case somebody ever asks me, well, you're destroying the environment. No, we are helping the environment. We're taking an awful lot of mercury out of the river. And Mother Nature has a way of restoring the riverbeds back to their original place, their original scenery at the spring flood. The spring flood comes along, but you can't even tell a dredge was ever in the water. And dredging is one thing we've been fighting with the EPA and the government to get back to doing.
You made a movie.
Yes, yeah.
You gave me a link, and I'm gonna try to share that. But it was shown at the Butterfly Festival, but I don't know if a lot of people got to see it.
Quite a few people got to see it. A lot of people called me and said, "Hey, saw you at the Butterfly Festival on TV."
You're a movie star.
Yeah, oh, you bet.
So how does it feel?
I'm one of the few active gold miners in Mariposa County. I wish I knew more that were active in it. There's a lot of claims still here, but they're not worked the way we would like to work them.
Well, Ernie, we're going to have to talk some more. Is that okay?
Yeah, that'd be great.
I'd like to learn a little bit about how you got to be in Mariposa as a gold miner. Because I know you weren't a gold miner in the old days.
No.
Anyway, thank you for your time. We're talking some more. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye. Take care, Bob.